Well, here we are. It's occurred to me that I never say in the beginning of my videos, please like and subscribe. So please like and subscribe. I never say that, and everybody else says it. Um, so I just thought I'd throw that out there. And welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Tina. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no special editing, no theme music, none of that fancy schmancy stuff going on here. Just little old me with my bad hair and my bad sound and my bad video trying to do these recaps each Friday. Star Trek Next Generation. I'm a series person. I like series books. I like to have character progression from episode to episode or book to book to book. We do these every single Friday. I've done 106, no, 16 episodes. They started with 101 was the first episode. So here we did Time's Arrow last week. That was a great episode. It was I think it's one of my favorite episodes of the series. There's a few of them, but this involves time travel. And if you would please go, I have several books. The Julie McQuinn's, there were 6 of those. I did 6 videos of those. Kelly Armstrong has 2 different series in process right now, A Rip Through Time and then A Stitch in Time. And The Outlander is a time travel one too. So there's quite a few time travel ones. I even did an If Then later this afternoon. If you could please check out If Then. If you like this author, then maybe like that author type situation. I started out with the Bridgertons. If you like the Bridgertons, then you like Joanna Lindsay's Mallory's, or Catherine Coulter Sherbrooke's, or Mary Bailow's Wrens, I believe. And there's a couple of different families with the Baillows. She has a couple of different ones. So if you could please do that, and please check out my daily book reviews. We just finished up Victoria Thompson a week or so ago, and we are doing James Patterson Alex Cross series, and we are getting not quite to the end yet. We got about 6 or 7 books more to go in the J.R. Ward Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and we just started C.S. Harris Saint Cyr series. So please join me for all of those. I'm hoping I need some likes. I need some subscribers. Let's see what we can do by Christmas. Maybe I can get a Christmas present of 1,000. Wouldn't that be awesome? But I said that last year, and you see where I am now. So I thank you to all that have stayed with me. So here we are. We did Times Out last week. This week we are doing Realm of Fear. And where is my thing? Okay, we're up there. Reginald Barclay is back, and he's in my favorite episode of Voyager, Pathfinder. My favorite episode. He's the hero in Pathfinder. He will be the hero of Voyager. So we will have to check that out. So here we are with Realm of Fear, and we start out with a voiceover. Captain's Log. This is season 6. This is disc 1. This is episode 228. So Captain's Log, Stardate 46041. We have located the U.S. Yosemite, a Starfleet science vessel sent to the IGO sector to observe a remote plasma streamer. The ship has not been heard from in several days. I wish I could just run the episode and talk about it as it runs, but I do not have that power or authority to do so, so we must do it this way. And I'm not sophisticated enough to do drop screens. They put the ship on screen. It's in the pink plasma. The last report we have says they were observing the streamer at medium range. Maybe they went in for a closer look, got more than they bargained for. Hail them, Picard says. Worf says no response. Picard says life signs. Data says our scanners cannot penetrate the plasma streamer's distortion field. Can we tractor them out? No, sir. Ionic interference is too heavy. Riker says I could take a shuttle in. Picard says too risky. You could be pulled in. Bridge to engineering. And I will point out, and I've said this in many, many of my other videos, they just go, Picard to engineering, bridge to engineering, and the computer automatically does it. Just automatically responds to their voice commands like that. Just no tapping the thing, and if you tap the thing, it goes exactly where you intend it to go. To the forge, and the thing automatically takes you to the forge. Or just call out to the air, bridge to engineering, and it just automatically goes. Oh, and if anybody knows, if you're still here, I'm trying to find Star Trek like books for an if then, if anybody could recommend a few. And what I mean by that is interplanetary, starship, spaceship type situations. Because I've been looking and all I'm getting is fantasy and otherworldly stuff. I want the ships. So if anybody knows of those, let me know. I'm trying to put that together. So you may see that in the next couple weeks, depending on how successful I am in locating them. Or should I say similar to Christy Golden or Kirsten Bayer. She also did the Picard series. So if you can help me out there, if you're still here. My analytics say that you're not even here anymore, but let's just it's nice to see Reginald Barkley back. Like I said, he's my hero in Pathfinder episode of Voyager. Today we are dealing with more of, at first we believe it's his hypochondria, and even Barkley believes it's his hypochondria. But it may not be. Barkley may end up being the hero of this episode. So where was they? Mr. LaForge, can we beam an away team onto the science ship? We can beam them over there, Captain, but with all this interference, we might not get a positive lock to bring them back. And then Barkley to the rescue. Commander, if we bridge our transporter system with theirs, we might be able to cut through the ionic field. That's a good idea, Barkley. Captain, I think we can do it. So, we're going to bridge the two transporter systems. Picard says, acknowledge. Meet Commander Riker in the transporter room. Aye. Barkley, I'm going to need a systems engineer on this away team. I'll ask Ensign Dern to join you. I meant you, Barkley. Shouldn't I stay here and set up the remote link? Dern can do that. Come on, let's go. So they all go to the transporter room. And we have Calamini is back. Mr. O'Brien. We have Mr. O'Brien for this episode. Yay! So we have 2 stars. We have Reginald Barkley and we have Colin O'Brien. Status, Mr. O'Brien. I'll have to send you over one at a time, Commander, because of a bandwidth limitations, and the transport cycle will take a little longer. How much longer? Oh, 4 or 5 seconds, about twice the normal time. I'm afraid you're in for a bumpy ride, Commander. And Bucky says, what exactly do you mean by a bumpy ride? O'Brien says, oh, there may be a small amount of static charge accumulation. You'll feel a bit of the tingly. It's nothing to worry about. Let's do it, Mr. Worf. And Worf gets on the pad and transports over. Engaging system lock, pattern buffer synchronized, phase transition coils at standby, energizing, and he's there. Riker says, I'll go next. And Barkley starts panicking. O'Brien, engaging interlock, buffer synced, enginizing, and then Crusher goes. Engaging interlock, buffer sync. Oh, wait a minute. I'm meeting an ionic fluctuation in the matter stream. Oh, no problem. Okay, energizing. Reg, you're up. Aye, sir. Reg gets on the thing, And he's like, I can't do this. And he leaves. So then we come back after credits, and Barkley is pacing Diana Troy's office. Troy says, Reg, you were faced with a difficult transport. Anyone would have been apprehensive in that situation. Tell that to Commander LaForge and the rest of the away team. I'm sure they understand. As soon as you feel up to it, you can probably still join them. No! Reg, is there something you're not telling me? Actually, this isn't the first time I've been apprehensive. Every single time I tried to do it, I had a certain feeling, I guess you could call it mortal terror. Why have you kept it a secret? Because my Starfleet career would be over. That's why. I doubt it. I've always managed to avoid it somehow. You wouldn't believe how many hours I've logged in shuttlecraft. I mean, the idea of being deconstructed molecule by molecule. It's more than I can stand, even when I was a child. I always had a dreadful fear that if I was ever dematerialized, that I would never come back again whole. I know it sounds crazy, but it's not crazy. You're being taken part molecule by molecule. Reg, you're not the first person to have anxiety about transporting. We can desensitize you to this type of fear. It's a slow and gradual process how it works. How does it work? Well, you might try a relaxation technique called plexing. Plexing, yes, it's a betazoid method. Each time you feel nervous, tap behind your right ear. There's a nerve cluster behind it, the carotid artery. It stimulates a part of the brain that releases natural endorphins. Plexing sounds easy. And he's like this, and he's like this, and he's like this. You know what? I feel better already. I think I can do this. There's no need to rush. No, no, no. We talked about confronting my fears. The best way out is through. You said this once, remember? I suppose I did. I'm going to beam over. I can do it. So then we're over on the other ship. Um, there's no sign of any survivors, no sign of anyone. Geordi says maybe they abandoned ship. Worf says unlikely. The escape pods are still on board. Geordi says there was an explosion. That much we do know. Riker says any idea what caused it? I've ruled out a reactor core failure, and there's no sign of systems overload. Best analysis indicates the explosion originated here. So the three of them are talking before he shows them. I just wanted to show this. I know my lighting is very poor, sorry. Okay. So what happened back there? They had an explosion back there. Um how is that possible? The transporter is still functioning. How could they have beamed an explosive device aboard? Dr. Crusher calls Riker. Could you come here, please? And Riker goes to see her. Oh, this is so dark. I don't know what to do. So you can't see Beverly and Riker, sorry. But she tells him that Lieutenant Josh Kelly, he was the ship engineer. How did he die? He has second and third degree burns over most of his body, but I don't think they were the cause of death. I'd like him to take back to the autopsy. So Riker lets her take the body back to autopsy. So then Barkley goes back to engineering. You sure about this? Sir, please proceed. It'll only take a minute. It should be a smooth ride over. Good, good. I know how you feel about this. You're afraid of transporting to, no, arachnids, sickening, crawly little things. Don't you think all those little spiders? Yeah, yuck! They didn't bother me. A few years back, I called to an emitter array at Strawberry Center 4. Turns out the entire system was infested with Tellurian hook spiders. You ever seen a Tellurian hook spider? Their legs are half a feet long. Well, I had a choice. Do I walk away and let the emitter blow itself to hell, or do I crawl in the Jeffrey's tube with 20 hook spiders? What happened? It was the hardest thing I ever did, but I got through it. After that, I was quite afraid of spiders. Thanks. And he beams over to the other ship. So he beams over to the other ship. Reg, welcome aboard. You ready to work? Yes, sir. Good. Why don't you start by downloading the ship's science logs over there? So he goes over there, and then Riker comes in. Then Riker walks in. what are they? They look like pieces of standard sample container. Take them back to the ship. Analyze them there. Mr. Barkley, glad you could join us. Me too. Then we have a small piece of totally unrelated to anything else going on during this day discussion. Um, he's talking to Hayes. The Ferengi are claiming 2 of their freighters were destroyed by a Cardassian warship in your sector. Picard says, "Is there any evidence to support this? Although I'm loath to believe the Ferengi about anything, there was evidence of Cardassian weapons. If the Cardassians also attacked the Yosemite, it could indicate a large-scale movement in this sector. I have an away team on board the ship. The initial report indicates there was an explosion on board, but we're not sure it was from the attack. How soon will you know? In a few hours. If it looks like Cardassians, I'll contact you immediately." Very well. And she's goes off. And then Data contacts the captain. Bridge to Captain Picard. Go ahead, Mr. Data. The away team is returning to the Enterprise, sir. Acknowledged. Have Commander Riker come to my ready room as soon as he's on board. Aye, sir. So then Geordi beams back to the Enterprise, and then Barkley beams back to the Enterprise. However, if I can capture this, I don't know if I can do it. Let's see. Okay. Considering the fact that my computer has poor visual, consider the fact that my TV has poor visual. It's right here. The little thing that looks like a maggot or a worm or creature from the Black Lagoon. It's right there. So and it supposedly it bites him on the arm. Okay, so then we're back in engineering. Mission logs, science logs, medical logs, they're all scrambled. Looks like the blast wiped out the ship's core memory. Barkley says we could try to constitute their data strip. It's worth a try. Commander, has anything strange ever happened to you during transport? Like what? I don't know. Anything out of the ordinary? No, not really. This looks hopeless. We're not going to get anything out of these logs. Maybe this broke except container I found to tell you something. Let's try to get this thing back in one piece. I mean, have you ever seen anything where during transport, sometimes the advisor picks up residence patterns for the matter energy stream conversion. It's actually kind of pretty. Why? Just wondering, Reg, what are you getting at? Did you see something? Did you see something during the transport? When I was returning to Enterprise, I could have sworn I saw something in the matter stream. Something? There was a phased matter all around. At first, I thought it was some kind of energy discharge. Then it was fleeing towards me and it touched my arm. There's something to be in there. Molecules flying apart, half phased. Is it possible? Isn't it? Better check it out. When we're done here, we'll run a full diagnostic on the transporter system. All right? All right. Then go to the transporter. So then we go to the transporter beam. The confinement beam substations check out. So does the phase transition calls. Jody says the pattern buffer is fine. Ryan says emitter patterns, targeting scanners are all working fine. The system's clean. The science does the science vessel. Reg, there's a lot of energy floating around in the beam. Maybe you saw a surge in the matter stream. Barkley says, yeah. I'll run a scan on the Heisenberg compensators. Barkley, no, Chief, you've done enough already. It's no problem. Why don't you give me a hand? Maybe ignorance is bliss. Sir? Well, I don't know so much about these things. Maybe they would scare me so much. I can still remember the day in Dr. Olson's transporter theory class when he was talking about the body being converted into billions of kiloquads of data zipping through space. And I realized there's no margin for error. One atom out of place and proof you'll never come back. It's amazing people aren't lost all the time. No, all due respect, sir, I've been doing this for 22 years. I haven't lost anybody yet. Yes, but you realize that these energy scanners are off even hundreds of percent. That's why each pad has 4 redundant scanners. If any one scanner falls, then the other 3 take over. How many transporter accidents have there been in the last 10 years? 2, 3? There are millions of people who transport every day without a problem. I've heard of problems. What about transporter psychosis? Transporter psychosis. that's been a case of over 20 years, 50 years. They prevent the multiplex pattern buffers. Reg, really transporting is the safest way to travel. So they're working on the autopsy. I'd like to take a closer look at those burns. Take a tissue sample, please. Awaga says, yes, doctor. Damage to the epidermis only indicates circular probe. Dr. Crusher, his heart's beating, cardio stimulator, now it's gone. Neuroelectric activity in the cerebral cortex, then nothing. Now the respiratory system is active. What the hell is going on? Beverly Crusher says. Alright, first Reggie goes to 10th floor to have a drink of water, and he notices his arm. So his arm is supposedly purple. I don't know how well that translates across screen, but that's what he discovers. His arm is purple, like a frostbite type situation, and then it disappears. Then he goes back to his quarters for a drink of water. Then he asks the computer, um, transporter psychosis. He asks the computer to tell him about the disorder transporter psychosis. The computer says transporter psychosis was diagnosed in the year 2209 by researchers on linear tube. No stop, only needed what causes it. It was caused by the breakdown of neurochemical molecules during transport. 13 body's motor functions, autonomic systems, and the brain's higher reasoning centers. What other systems? The victims of paranoid delusions, multi-interference dementia, hallucinations. Hallucinations, what kind of hallucinations? Victims experience somatic, tactile, and visual hallucinations, accompanied by psychotic hysteria, peripheral symptoms include sleepiness, accelerated heart rate, diminished eyesight, leading to acute myopia, painful spasms in the extremity, and in most cases, dehydration. Computer, what is the treatment for transporter psychosis? There is no known treatment. You think after a couple hundred years they would have figured it out. So then they're in the observation lounge. I like this group shot. It's one of the few I've seen over the last 7 years. The autopsy showed residual ionization in every one of Lieutenant Kelly's systems. I think that's what causes the muscular and systematic contractions. Like I said, where did the ionization come from? There's evidence of electrical burns on the victim's body as if he was exposed to ionized gas or high energy plasma. There's no way they could have been exposed unless it was matter from the streamer. Is there evidence of a hull breach? Could plasma from the streamer found its way into the ship? No data. What's the report on the broken sample container? Analysis of the fragments is not yet complete. Captain, if there's evidence of similar ionization in the fragments, it could mean they tried to remove material from the streamer. If the plasma exploded, that would explain a few things. Let me know when the analysis is complete. Jody says, aye, sir. So then we're back in engineering, and Barclay's doing a lot of drinking out of a flask. And then Jody saying, from the looks of these fracture patterns, I'd say the explosive force came from within the container. The container does show evidence of residual ionization. I believe your hypothesis was correct. It was used to store high energy plasma. Jody says, when they were collecting samples from the plasma stream, they had proper container. How could it have exploded? Perhaps we could attempt to recreate the experiment to see what happened when the matter is being water under similar conditions. Good idea. There are new container. Reg, I don't want you to take any chances here. Start setting up a level 5 containment field here in engineering, okay? Okay, sir. Are you alright, Lieutenant? I'm fine, sir. Yes. And quickly heads off to the Jeffrey Tubes. So then Data comes over and asks Barkley if he's okay. And he says, yeah, he's fine. So then Data goes over to Jordy. Lieutenant Barkley appears inordinately preoccupied with his physical condition. I've seen him check his pulse rate as well as his visual acuity several times over the last 20 minutes. Thanks, Data. There, Barkley is taking some more water again. And then Jordy comes in. Reg, yes, sir. You okay? I'm fine, sir. You look pale. I do. Look, Reg, it's been a long couple of days. Why don't you get some rest? We've got everything under control here. I think I'll do that. Thank you, sir. And then Jordy calls Troy. So that Troy finally catches up with Barkley. Lieutenant Barkley, I've been calling you. Why haven't you responded? Reg, what are you doing? I'm walking. I can see that. Where are you going? Nowhere. I just don't get to see these decks very often. Look, there's stellar photography. I thought that was deck 11. Mr. Barkley, I was having trouble sleeping and I'm trying to wear myself out. It's a perfectly normal thing to do. Is the commander of the force said you seemed a bit nervous this morning? I'm always nervous. Everybody knows that. He also mentioned that you said you saw something in the transport of me. Well, I was wrong. They took the transporter and there wasn't. I mean, there was nothing there. I imagined the whole thing. You don't sound very convinced of that. Listen, Counselor, I really appreciate you concerning this matter. But I really wish you would continue this conversation. I'm perfectly fine. Just my cat keeps walking under my feet. So up here, exhausted and highly agitated, and I cannot allow him with this creature to endanger himself and others. I think I'm not endangering anyone, and I wish you would. I think it would be better in your best interest to take a leave of absence. I'm temporarily leaving you of duty. Fine, fine. Do what you have to, Counselor. And then you go to Barclay's quarters. Then Barclay's in his room and he's listening to kiss candles and he's listening to seashore sounds and he's getting birds and he's doing all this stuff and then he tries music and then he tries warm water and then he tries this and he's like screw it and he goes to engineering. So then Barkley gets O'Brien up out of bed in the middle of the night. Couldn't just wait until morning, sir. No, Chief. I've just been reviewing the transporter logs. What are these energy variations that keep appearing? There was one when I transported to the science ship. You see, they're just ionic fluctuations are a result of interlock with the my transporter system. A fluctuation occurred while I was inside the matter cube. It's nothing to worry about, sir. I need you to transfer me to the science ship and then directly back. And while I'm in the beam, can you recreate one of those ionic fluctuations? I guess so, but if you don't mind my asking so what for, I need command of the forge once recorded readings on those fluctuations. We can do that right from here. No, the transporter centers may not be sensitive enough. I'm giving you an order, Mr. Bryan. Aye, sir. If you don't mind my making an observation, sir. You don't have a transporter. Like, oh, yeah. Either there's something in here or I'm going crazy and I've just got to know. You can understand that, can't you? Yes, sir, I can. Stand by. And then he's speaking back and forth and he sees the maggot. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, and she only works when she's green and she's pink now. Oh, look, she went green. She's got issues. $20. What can you do? So he goes in the transfer. I don't know. My lighting is so bad, but it's right here. Here's the thing. There's a couple of them. But I don't know how much you can see with my TV and my computer. Hey, $50. That's all it costs me. I don't spend that mega money on this stuff. I spend it on food. So then they wake up the senior staff. Um, I started again just 20 minutes ago. It was the exact same thing, just moving around the transport to do. Let me get this straight. You think this thing was alive? It was dark and distorted, and it had what looked like a mouth. A mouth. I can't see anything wrong with his arm. Why did you wait so long to tell anybody about your arm? Well, I thought I was hallucinating, that I was transported psychosis. But now I know what I saw in there was real. It was only the one experiencing ionic fluctuations in transport. Maybe that's why no one else saw. Mr. Barkley, I've been told you've been under considerable amount of stress, strain the past couple of days. Isn't it possible that you simply imagined? I know what you're going to say, Captain. I know I've been acting strangely, but you got to believe me. I would never have called you in here unless I was absolutely certain. Commander of the Force, Mr. Ryan, take the transport system apart piece by piece. If you have to, Mr. Walk, I will level 3 security until further notice. Aye, sir. I run a microcellular scan of Mr. Barkley's arm, Dr. Crusher says. It might take some time, but if there's a problem, I'll find it. Keep me appraised. Dismiss. Then we go to secretary. Now, I have a question for y'all. If she's examining his arm, why isn't she looking at his arm? He's got his sleeve. She's doing the exam through the sleeve. She doesn't have it pushed up. She's not looking at the physical arm. What the F is up with that? Explain that one. She's just got his arm in the sleeve. And oh, you know another thing that occurred to me. Even Beverly's uniform is up here, and all the guys' uniforms are up here. Why is Troy down here? It was just an observation. We'll see what happens. I'm reading minute levels of gradual ionization in the subdermal tissue of his left arm, Dr. Crusher says. The patterns correspond exactly to those we measured in Lieutenant Kelly's body, and the sample contained different signs. There's no question you've been exposed to the same high energy plasma they do. Barkley says, so something did happen to me that transported me. You might have been exposed to something from the science ship. You did say something touched your left arm during transport, and that's exactly where the ionization is focused. Barkley says, does this ionization pose a threat to Mr. Barkley? It might. I have to run a base pair correlation to see if there's any sign of DNA degradation. Sir, Commander Ford said, and I will planning to recreate circumstances of the explosion of the university. They might give us some answers. Permission to continue with the experiment. Granted. Tell Mr. Ryan to take all primary transporters offline. I don't want to risk any further contamination. Make sure you take all the necessary safety precautions. Aye, sir. I'd like you to wear this monitor device. Put it on his arm to as the slightest decrease of the ionization to fasten the thing. And he's like, yes, sir. Yes. Okay. My husband said she was petite. Yeah, that is a structural reinforcement is 240%. Jody says activating the containment field. Well, that should do it. Okay. Ready to be locked into the coordinates to the left. Go ahead and beam a sample board. Video eyes so they beam before container field with pink stuff. Let's see what it is. Okay. So they fill the container with pink stuff. And they mess with the residency frequency scan. That sounds like a good place to start. Let's get it done. Data initializes it and it explodes from the inside out. Hello. She's been teasing me the whole episode, walking around and around and around and around me. She explodes. The containment field still holds. Reggie passes out and he looks like he's got ice burn. He's a little blue or purple, depending on which your TV looks like. So then we're in sick bay. Life forms, that's correct. They appear to be quasi-energy microbes that exist within the distortion field of the plasma stream. We didn't detect them until we tried to run a resonance frequency scanner. Apparently, they didn't like it much. They shattered the sample container, which caused a plasma explosion similar to the one on the science ship. Exactly. When we linked up with their transporter system, one of the microbes must have gotten into our system. You think they're still caught in the buffet? It would explain what you saw. But what I saw was much bigger than a microbe. Double spaceship relationships are often distorted within the normal matter stream. Your perceptions may not be exaggerated. Some of these microbes are also in your body image. Inside me, they were in Lieutenant Kelly's body as well. That's what caused the contractions during the autopsy. The biofilter should have squeezed them out, but it didn't. The microbes exist simultaneously in both matter and energy, data says. The biofilter cannot distinguish them from matter stream. Right, Jordy says, but if we held vertically suspended in the chest when matter starts to lose molecular cohesion, the molecules could begin to emit nucleonic particles, which may be able to derive a pattern on the computer we recognize. And then we program the biofilters to screen the microbes out. I think this will work. Reg, he said, suspend me. I don't like the sound of this. We have to hold you in there for a while. Crusher says the imaging scanners are fluctuating. Oops, let's get to engineering. So they put Barkley back on the transporter, and they do the imaging thing. The imaging scanners are actuating. Got it. Pattern acquisition positive. Programming biofilter. Don't worry, Reg, just won't hurt a bit. Now there are 3 microbes with Barkley. He grabs one and clutches it to his chest. I'm feeling a 92% increase in mass. There's something in the being with him. He grabbed security to transport to room 3. I'm setting up a force field around the chamber. So Jordy and Ryan are working on it. I don't know how well your computers see how big the mass is, how big it's grown. Look how big that sucker is. It looks huge. Cut the wrong thing off. I cut the wrong thing off. So I'm reading a 92% increase in mass. There's something in the beam with them. Security to transport room 3. Right away, Worf says. I'm setting up a force field around the chamber. Barkley is materialized with his back to them, holding another person. Let's see. Oops. Oops. So Dr. Crusher rushes over to treat the guy, you were there. There are more crew members in the beam. You have to grab them and hold on to them. Understood. Follow me. Right, what happened? Well, I saw there was more than one of them. I thought maybe the other crew was trying to stick the crew. They were infected with something. Lieutenant Kelly tried to reprogram the biofilter. It looks like he pushed molecular dispersion past integrity point. Patterns got caught in the stream. With the digital energy from the plasma stream, it must have implanted charges they both ran out to keep the patterns from degrading. And civil and security team do the same thing, and they come back with more bodies too. So there they are, beaming aboard with 3 more people. Do they look like real people or mannequins? They look like mannequins. I swear they were mannequins. I'm swearing they're mannequins. Overview from the captain. Captain's log started 4604343.6. The reprogram biofilter was effective in removing the alien probes from Mr. Barkley and the 4 crew members. The microbes have returned to the plasma stream. Captain's log started 4604336. Microprogram biofilter was effective in removing the alien microbes from Mr. Barkley and the 4 crew members. The microbes have returned to the plasma streamer. And then we're back in 10 forward, and Barkley is meeting up with Chief O'Brien for chit chat. Anybody ever did this to me, I would, I'm like, I'm God, I'm out of here. No way, no, no, no way, no how, no way, no how, no way, no how, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way, no way. Chief, Lieutenant, I'm glad you communicate. You know, I think this is the first time we've ever spoken outside of the transport room. Well, to be honest, I always avoided you. Why? Because you run the You named it Christina. Yeah. She's very large. I found her Titus 4. Almost stepped on her by accident. And then he goes to get the rights. Oh, Mr. Page. I'm an editor. I'm not even going to show the arm stuff. So, well of fear. Oh, we did Times Arrow last week, which was an awesome episode. I think it's my favorite so far. I like the time travel ones. I like finding out how he met Guinan, how Card met Guinan. And I wanted, he could have warned her about the Borg. He could have given her future knowledge about the Borg taking over planet to avoid that stuff. But anyways, um, so it turns out we did Drama Future today. Next week we'll do Band of the People, and then we'll do Relics. And I hope you will stay tuned for all of these episodes. And please like and subscribe. Let me know if you do a good job. Have a good one. Oh, and don't forget to watch it this afternoon. And then Flashback.